for joining us today.
Very exciting Q&A for you guys today.
You know why you're here.
Please welcome.
Let's go.
The fourth time you fought him and you soccer kicked him in the face, was that not one of the surreal moments of your life?
I'm gonna take your hometown boys belt.
Whoever's next, that's who I want to fight.
He's CM Punk.
Yeah,
That's what he brings to the table.
Of course I think I'll beat him. Why the hell would I take the fight?
We're on the same page. So we're normal. Well, we're the only two out here. I have no idea.
Next question.
I'm trying to keep up with Mr. Buffett. Hello, Belfast. Thank you for coming out. I hope you weren't in the rain and cold too long. Okay, we've got three great fighters for you. I want you to make some noise, get these weigh-ins started in the right mood. So please make some noise. Brad Pickett, Paul Felder, Elias Theodorou. You cold, Brad?
I was.
Okay, so where are the microphones? We've got a couple of microphones set up. We've got some people asking questions for us. Where are the microphones? Who can see a microphone? There's got to be one set up somewhere. Down at the front, where are they? Oh, there we go, there we go. There's one. We've got another one over here. Come on, get in line, ask us some questions. What do you got for us? Well, I'll kick it off first off. Brad, you've got a great fight coming up. Uriah Faber in Sacramento. I mean, how are you feeling about that, walking out in front of his fans? You know, it's going to be pretty hostile. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, very much so. Obviously, me and Uriah have been in the game for a long, long time, back in the WC days, on to the UFC. He's been a true pioneer for the lower weight classes. But I always like the matchup. Surprised it hasn't happened before now. And I like the fact that I'm going to go there. All eyes on him. It's in his hometown. It's all about him. I'm just there to come through the back way and just spoil the party. You know, that's my plan, you know.
Nice. And Paul, tell me about this cut. Is it healing up pretty good? I was disappointed in that fight. We spoke about it yesterday. I was really enjoying that. And the doctor stopped it right in that third round. And how are you feeling and where you're at with that?
Yeah, you know, I feel really good right now. The cut is doing really well right now. It's actually just had a small fracture in the orbital as well. That's probably about 2 weeks away from being completely healed. I should be back to sparring in a couple weeks. And you guys know me. I've already been texting everybody I can text and emailing whoever I have to email with names and people I want to fight. And they're like, why don't you get healed and cleared up first before we book a new fight? But I did sign a new 4-fight deal, so keeping my job for a while. And I was already in the back playing around in the octagon, so I can't wait to get back in there. Maybe in London over this way. I've been eyeing up that card a little bit.
It'll be good to see you. And Elias, whereabouts are you? What have you been doing? You're always on social networking. I think you tweet at me like 3 or 4 times a day. I don't know how you keep up with training and Twitter at the same time. What are you doing? How's training going?
I've got a couple things outside projects. I'm working on a TV show and also a movie that's going to come out next year. Looking forward to get back in the cage as soon as possible. Looking like February. Halifax, I've fought there twice already. Let's make it 3.
Nice, sounds good. Okay, we've got some questions. Keep calm, you're a cage fighter. What's your question?
Thank you so much. Being a Dublin girl and a massive Conor fan, absolutely. Everybody's calling Conor out of the super fans. If you could actually have a super fight of your choice, going back to UFC 1, who would it be, but why would you choose that super fight?
All right.
Me, it's a super fight. If I was to say day and age now, I'd like to fight Conor because I'll get paid a lot. But I'd say Genki Sudo was one of my early favorites. It was a very interesting fight, very entertaining. So for me, also he was one of the smaller guys. I wouldn't want to fight one of the massive guys. So for me, it would definitely be Genki Sudo, you know. He's a true pioneer of the sport as well.
Nice. I'd watch that for sure. Paul?
You know, as you're answering, I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think of like who was really the greatest at lightweight for certain times. So if I could go back and be a fighter when he was in his prime, I would say BJ Penn. I'd like to take him on maybe for the belt when he was just dominating the lightweight division. Not now as he's kind of retired, come back, but like you said, if it was whenever it could be back when he was just smashing people, I'd like to take that fight.
Not so he could write about how good it is now and how he beat you.
What's that?
Right. Not so he could write about how he beat you now.
Yeah.
So was it what fight I would
A
put together,
super
or which
fight.
fight?
Who would you like to fight if you could fight anybody from UFC history in your weight class?
Well, someone that's still very possible, Anderson Silva.
That's a good
But
job.
when he was in his prime, not now. You don't.
Well, it's still a dangerous man. Whether you win or lose against Anderson Silva, there's still a huge possibility that you're going to get hurt. Ask Michael Bisping. He won that fight, but ouch, on the third.
Cool. Thank you. Great question.
Thank you, Dan.
We've got another mic over here, guys. Is this the shy side of the arena? We've got all the people with the questions over here and no one there. Come on, get on that mic. Ask us some questions. Yes, my friend.
Yeah, my question's to Brad. You said that you see Mousasi becoming champion next year. In what time frame and against who do you think he'll be fighting for the belt?
Obviously, time's frame could be anything from injuries and possible matchups. But I believe if he gets a good victory this weekend, his next fight would definitely be a number one contender spot. I don't know who it would be against. You know, someone like Jacare or something like that, and then he'll be definitely next in line. So I do believe he'll definitely have a title shot by next year.
About being top contender as well, though, like the rankings just don't. It's a popularity contest now, so even if he will be top contender, like, do you think he'll get a chance to get that fight?
Well, basically, I think so now because he's definitely come into his own. He's definitely realised that he can't be super quiet all the time. He needs to say what's on his mind, and he's definitely making the right sort of waves. For me, rankings has never really been important throughout my career because for me, the only rank that counts is number one. You got the belt. Anything outside number one is just people's opinion. Who says that number 8 won't be number 4? Who says number 6 can't be number 3? So for me, number one is the only rank that matters. And but I do see him definitely challenging for that spot next year.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hiya. This is basically for all three of you. It's an open question. What extent do you feel that fighting becomes more dangerous as you progress in your career? And do you think there's anything that can be done to combat this?
Say that one more time for me. That sounds like a really thought-out question.
To what extent, yeah, it is a difficult question. To what extent do you believe that fighting becomes more dangerous later on in your career? And do you feel that anything can be done to help this or aid it or make it less dangerous?
Dangerous? You mean like...
for fighter safety, in terms of...
due diligence, if we're talking about weight cutting, it's the idea of doing it properly and being a professional, 365. The recent, removal of IVs makes someone not cut the corners that they used to do, so that's important. I think the kind of build-up is kind of the stressful part. There's so many things that go in your head. That's why the possibility of a short-notice fight could relieve some of that. Again, this isn't ballet. It has a lot of risk. And do you want to be a fighter? And I think 3 of us do.
Yeah, I just think as fighters and as this sport evolves and we start learning more about how to handle the training and the preparation, I think for anybody that's kind of up and coming into the sport, I think we were actually talking a lot about it today when we were hanging out in the hotel lobby, that a lot of guys have their wars in the workout room and not in the cage. And I was joking the whole time that when I spar, I go a little hard, but I'm not trying to spinning heel kick my training partners and all that. And a lot of guys, man, they're already concussed and lose their chin in the training room. They don't lose their chin in the octagon. It's leading up to it. So I think coaches and people that have fighters on the way up, be smart about the way you train and save your brain for when you're getting paid.
Yes, never fight for free.
My take on it, obviously, I've been in the game for a long, long time, so I've seen the complete transformation of the sport. It keeps growing and growing and growing. It keeps evolving every day, from diet to how you train to how you prepare yourself, how the UFC looks after you inside and outside the cage with the medical care. It's definitely growing. The bigger the sport becomes, the better it is for the athletes. Obviously, when I first started, it wasn't really about that. It's just getting there, have a tear up and whatever, you earn a bit of money here and there. But now it's a legitimate career path for young, inspiring athletes. So, and the UFC and other organizations take this sport very seriously. So it's a bright future for young athletes now, I believe.
Thank you.
It's a good question. Thank you.
Brought his notebook and everything.
Yes, sir.
How are you? I'm Stephen from SPG Ballina, and I have a question for Brad. In your original flyweight debut, you were supposed to fight Ian McCall, and he pulled out. Obviously, Neil Seary stepped up in his debut. Obviously, it'd be a fitting end to Neil's career. You've asked to fight. Ian McCall has pulled out. Why isn't that fight happening?
As soon as I heard the news, I just got up in the morning and I heard that it happened. And first thing came to my head, Neil Seary done me a favour when Ian McCall pulled out. It'd be only fitting for me to do the same thing. And I straight away said, look, I'm 100% game to fight tomorrow night. I'm here, I'm in shape. And I want to do it back. Neil Seary is a great guy. But obviously I have a fight in 4 weeks and they won't let me. So but I can see why they wouldn't, but yeah, I was game. I'm a fighter, so I fight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
My question's for you, Dan Hardy. Massive fan. Where do you lie in your UFC career? Are you completely retired, or is there anywhere are you coming back?
I've still got fights on my contract. I'm still under contract as a fighter as well as a commentator. I'd like a couple more, honestly. I've got more tests booked in, ready for the beginning of next year. So if I can get some better news without having to have any kind of surgery, then I'd like to step in a couple more times. I'm not going to be led by the results, obviously. If I have to have surgery to fight again, I'm not doing that because health-wise, I feel like I'm in great shape. I don't need any kind of surgery, but I have to go through these tests and jump through these loops to make sure that I'm safe enough to compete. So if it's an available option, I've got a couple more in me.
Good luck, bro, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
My question's for Brad. I was just wondering how you feel about fighting Uriah in his last fight, and where are you in your career towards retiring?
For me, when I got announced to fight Uriah Faber, I was straight away really excited. As in, like, I heard some interviews with him about his retirement, and he said for some time he hasn't really been excited about the matchups he's been given. He was fighting just to fight. And I'll be honest with you, I was sort of like in that same sort of position, like, oh, you're fighting Henry Briones. Okay, cool. Oh, he's injured. You're fighting Rivera. All right, cool. Oh, now you're fighting Henry Briones again. Oh, he's injured. All right. You fight this guy, that guy, that guy. Yes, yes, yes. None of them accepted it. Oh, you're going to fight Yuri Alcantara. All right, cool. And he's got to the stage where I wasn't really getting excited about matchups either. I was just fighting because it's in my blood and I want to fight. But this one, I'm actually genuinely really excited about. I'm like, whoa, give me like a little spring in my step, so I'm really looking to fight Uriah, and for it being in his hometown and all that, it's cool. All the eyes on him, all the pressure's on him. I'm like I say, I'm just there to turn up and spoil the pie. And with me, when I'm in my position, health's very important. Now I've got a young kid, I need to look after myself. I don't just want to be a punch bag for young guys coming up. But again, also I love what I do. But for me, I'd like to do what Uriah is doing. I'd like to retire in my hometown. So for me personally, I'm kind of simply thinking about, it's not 100%, but I'm thinking that after this fight, try and get booked on the London card and make that my swan song, maybe.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. What's your question?
Okay, guys. I've taken a lot of depth into this question. So this applies to all men on the stage. If you were surrounded by zombies. Okay?
This is a really important question, guys.
And you could only pick one fighter that's in the UFC to be with you. For example, if I was surrounded by zombies, I would have John Jones. So this applies to every guy. You're surrounded by like deadly killer zombies.
Tim Kennedy all day. Tim Kennedy all day. Wherever he leads, I follow.
Sorry. Excuse me. And the reason why you choose the fighter for the reason of the damage can be done.
Tim Kennedy is America. He is freedom, and he will lead us there.
I got to go with my friend Cowboy Cerrone with who I'm going to pick. I don't know if you can have a more badass, ready to throw down dude on your side when zombies come out. Listen, he's waiting for that zombie apocalypse to happen right now. Hopefully he hears about this and thinks it's really happening because he's got the guns, he's got his chewing tobacco and his Budweiser ready to roll at any time. So that's who I'm going with for sure.
First of all, great question. Never been asked anything like that before. For me, I'll be a bit more sensible because I'm older than these young guys here. I think I'll go for someone like Big Country, right?
You can eat them.
Listen, the reason that is because he's getting eaten. There's a lot of him to eat. And while they're eating him, I'm legging it. I'm out of there. So that's why Big Country.
Can't beat him, join him.
For you, if you're surrounded by zombies, Dan? It depends if you side are getting involved, because if they're not, I'm using Brock Lesnar. I'm just staying behind Brock Lesnar all the way. Be fine. Thank you, that's a great question. Yes, sir.
My question is for Brad Pickett. At the UFC 200, your hat was picked off from the authorities. Did that have any impact of your game?
Well, I lost, so definitely. Yeah, it was a bit weird. You know, obviously, you know, I understand that. I see that some people walk out, take the Reebok caps, and I understand that. If mine was a Reebok cap, cool, take it. But as you can tell, this is my personal hat, so I did feel violated. Like, what are you doing? You're stealing off me before my fight. And yeah, it kind of, yeah, it did affect me. Did it affect me in the fight? Not at all, really. I had the UFC team have a great security staff. There's a guy called Steve, who's my hero. He ran and got my hat
There he
back.
is. Steve, give us all a wave.
There he is. Round of applause for this man down here. He retrieved my hat, and I actually saw my hat before I went into the cage, so it didn't matter. But yeah, I'm going to blame that person for me losing.
You didn't get it back, or?
Hey, this is the hat. This is it. Got it back.
When Steve wants a hat back, Steve gets a hat back.
Yeah, so don't try that shit again. Sorry about swearing.
One question for Elias. What shampoo do you use? Because mine is not.
Well, what's called the best hair in MMA is brought to you by Per Plus. I actually just signed a deal with Per Plus, and I'm really excited. 2015.
Sell
I have
out.
this really cool campaign coming up. Stay tuned.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question, please.
I've got a question for Paul. This weekend, Stevie Ray and Ross Pearson goes down. You've obviously fought Ross Pearson before. The winner of that fight, would you be interested in a rematch, and how do you think it would go down?
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. I was talking to a reporter about it the other day, and that's definitely the fight I'll be eyeballing for either one, really, because unfortunately I'm coming off a loss, so it doesn't always, the way the UFC match makes, it might be hard for me to get somebody coming off a big win like that, so it might be more the loser than the winner, so I'm kind of in a weird place. I don't want to root for anybody to lose, but either one of them, you know, are definitely on my radar. You know, I've been watching Stevie, and obviously I know what it's like to be in there with Ross, and I like that guy a lot, but I also like fighting him. I think it's an exciting fight. I think it's something the fans would like to see again, and I think we have 3 more rounds in us at some point before we end our career. So I would love to fight Ross again, yeah.
Still a winner to me, Paul.
Thank you. Next question, please, sir.
How are you doing, Dan? Question for yourself. You said last month that you want to fight somebody with a name. Any particular guys you're thinking of? Because I think personally, I think a guy like Diego Sanchez, who's in his twilight of a career, would be a perfect fight for yourself. And you said lightweight as well, like a Diego Sanchez, Joe Lozon type guy.
They both sound good. You know, they both sound good. I'm in an awkward situation as a commentator and analyst because if I start calling people out, then it makes my job very difficult. People don't want me to commentate on their fights and that kind of thing. And to be honest, I'm not really bothered. I'm really not bothered. There are a lot of great fights in the UFC, a lot of fun fights. But both of those names would be really good fun. My bottom line is I just don't want to have to explain to somebody who I'm fighting. If I say, I'm fighting this guy, I don't want to have to go through the whole explanation of who they were, where they came from, and I want to say a name and them go, that's a great fight. So other than that, that's really it. I've not thought about opponents yet until I've got some good news from the doctors, but when I get there... these young and up-and-coming guys, I like to sit back and watch these guys. I mean, look at the size of his neck for a start. I mean, what am I going to do to this? You know what I mean? How do I knock out a guy with a neck that thick? It just, you know what I mean? It's all kinds of problems I don't want to have to deal with. Now, these young and up-and-coming guys, I want to see them progress through the rankings and get their title shots and stuff. I'm with the old boys now. We need a veterans weight class, and I'll just jump in there and fight the old guys.
One last thing. Paul, tell your boy Cowboy to do one. He doesn't know where Belfast is. Fucking hell.
Thank you. Next question, sir.
Hi. Will, first of all, I just want to say, Sherdog, Poster Wilco here. My question's for all of you. You have fought all over the world, in Vegas and London, and I think, Brad, you fought in Costa Rica. But there's one place that none of you have been able to fight, and I just want to know how it felt when the news finally broke recently. As a fighter, what went through your head when you found out that the UFC was returning to Belfast?
How are you guys? I would like to fight here. To be honest, I've been here before to watch the Nottingham Panthers play the Belfast Giants, and we got absolutely annihilated. You've got a great hockey team here, by the way. I think it'd be a great place to fight. The Irish fans are always absolutely amazing. What do you guys think?
Well, actually, I tried to fight, so yeah, I tried to fight tomorrow night, but it didn't happen. But I went up for it, yeah, definitely. I fought in Ireland against me and McCall last time. I enjoyed it when I was over here. I know that was Dublin, but this is Belfast, you know, so I might get a bit more support, you know. But yeah, I would love to fight here.
You know, I was kind of bummed when I had already booked the fight in Brazil, which was, I don't ever want to go there again, and nothing against the Brazilians, but I'd have much rather waited and booked a fight over here in Belfast than fight down in Brazil in that guy's hometown. That was a bit of a rough experience. So I wish I was fighting tonight and not just staying up here, but I can drink a lot more pints now that I'm not fighting while I'm here, so it's a lot more fun.
You basically took my answer. Basically, the drinking aspect. You did. It'd be a great place.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, bless you. Thank you for your honesty. Honesty is the best policy.
Keep cutting. She's a cage fight. If you're not ready to shoot.
I know. I might end up fighting after this.
Next question, please.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Barney, representing Mjolnir Gym in Iceland. Gunnar Nelson. We were wondering how much do we have to pay for Brad Pickett's hat? We love Brad Pickett.
You don't. You just have to beat Steve in a fight.
Yeah, you have to
And
take on
there's not a man on the roster that I would
Speak
put
to
up
my
against
personal
Steve.
bodyguard.
Steve, how much do we have to pay? Any numbers?
Well, for my hat?
Yeah.
Nah,
It's like the Mona Lisa.
No, mate. It's, well, basically, honestly, the connection to my hat originally was from my granddad. My granddad used to be a bare knuckle boxer back in the 1920s. And when I got into combat sports, when I first started boxing, I remember seeing some pictures of him. He died when I was 4, so I didn't know him too well. But when I started fighting, my mum and dad said, "Hey, you got it for your granddad." And I was like, "Okay, right, he's a bare knuckle boxer." So I remember seeing pictures of him. He used to wear like braces and a trilby hat. And I actually got given his trilby hat originally. So I was wearing that for a long, long time. And then some bulldog chewed my hat. So, but I still look after my trilby hats. And they do have like a, this one obviously not my granddad's, but I'd wear the same one as much as I can until it dies, and then I get a new one. Sentimental, it means a lot to me, you know.
I appreciate it.
That's why I got annoyed when someone stole it.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hello, this is Ludo talking from MMA Thread, one of the fastest growing MMA websites in the UK. I have a question for Brad. So you're fighting Uriah Faber next in Sacramento, a fight where he wanted in that place. How do you see this fight going? And where's his strengths?
Obviously, if you know the sport and you know the lower weight class, you know Uriah Faber. He's very well-rounded. He's been a true pioneer for the sport. So he's not an easy fight for anybody, to be honest. But I think some of the stars he has problems with you know, you saw his last fight versus Rivera. I think me and Rivera are pretty similar in styles, you know. So yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm excited for this fight. Yeah, I'm looking to land my heavy shots. I believe he's going to try and wrestle me. My mindset is to try and stuff those takedowns the first round, get him a bit annoyed, and then he'll stand up with me, and then I'll have my fun.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Right. So question for all three of you. Imagine this. So you're in like a bar, pub, right? And there's going to be a brawl going to go down. And it's going to be a 3v3. Like, what two people would you each of you have, like, to like have a proper scrap, like? And also, would you be willing to like get dirty, you know, like a bit of chili sauce in the eyes and that, like?
So this is a 3-on-3.
This is like a big saga of a question, yeah.
Okay. Any particular weight class? Open weight class?
No, this is this brutal, no rules, just.
Okay. So no zombies this time, but real
no
people.
Zombies, like. Oh.
Pick your favorite 2 UFC fighters to stand side by side with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go for a diverse sort of look. Obviously, I'll go for the big man, Brock Lesnar, because he can take a lot of punishment, you know, like he could be the meat shield. and then I have, obviously, myself. And another person I think is, sometimes in these sort of situations, you need someone who can not just give out a beating, someone could receive something and come back. And so for me, that's Lineker in the smaller weight classes. You see him just getting hit with the hardest shots, he just goes and carries on. It's like, so for me, I don't think you're taking out Lineker anytime soon, or myself, or Brock Lesnar. So whoever that 3 is, they're in trouble.
You could like ride on Brock Lesnar's shoulders. You could have you on one side and Lineker on the other.
I'll be one shoulder each. You know, Brock Lesnar will carry us into the bar like this.
Nice. What do you reckon?
So I get 2 people in a. I'm gonna go with based on just confidence, swag, and the way he fights and his counter movement. I'll go with Conor McGregor and one of my guys, man, with me, right?
Got some counter fans in the house.
In this scenario, I'd be the guy taking all the punishment probably and still standing at the end of it. He'd be the one slipping and knocking guys out. And then I probably got to go with a big guy myself. I need somebody to handle. So I'll go with who? Nate Diaz? Yeah, you know what? Let's go with I'll go with Nick Diaz because he knows how to handle himself in a bar. I've heard some things. So
he's bigger as well.
So Nick, Conor, and myself in a 3-on-3 fight.
No, I would probably go with the legend himself, Boss Rutten. If we're gonna go that route, proper scrap, a little bing bang bong. That's right.
To the
That's
groin.
right. I thought about this before. What's it called? Then I'm gonna go with Nick Diaz. There you go. Oh, boom, boom.
Nice.
There's sound effects in too. There you go.
Would you be willing to get dirty though? Like, would you be willing to like get a bit
Fighting's
scrappy?
fight, of course. Whatever's near me, I'll be picking it up. You know, yeah.
I've just got one more question. Like, what do you feel about? Like, sorry. What do you feel about fighters like Paddy the Baddy? You know, just like calling out Conor McGregor. But do you think it's a bit like desperate? Like, they're going like, oh, I hate McGregor, me. Like, just.
You're talking about Paddy Pimblett? Talking about Paddy Pimblett?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, they want to make noise. So when you're up there, you want to try and get those sort of shots. But like Conor McGregor says, you need to do something for me to change your life, you know. And he makes him right because if you fight him, I'd fight him, you know. It wouldn't be red panties. I'd wear like a red gimp suit or something, you know. Like, So yeah, I mean, like, so you have to give him reason to want to use you, treat you as a fight. So like, you can't. I see why people shout it out. Everyone's shouting it out. Even Tyron Woodley says he wants to fight because he's not thinking about competition. He's more thinking about the money as well.
Also, nice hat as well. Sick hat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've got time for 3 more questions, guys. So we'll have 2 on this side and 1 on this side. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. We've got to get these fighters out here and wait.
The notebook's gone.
We'll do 4 then. We'll do 4 because I like your scarf. But other than that, thank you.
I had 2 questions. First one was for Elias. It was about your shampoo that sort of stole my question. So
I'm sorry for your loss.
You're killing the Tarzan look, so you are. And the second question was for Paul. Your fight against Edson Barboza, you got hit by a groin shot. How painful was that groin shot? It looked brutal, like.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sparring and kickboxing and doing karate for a long time. I've been hitting the cup before, but that was on a whole nother level. I mean, if you look at that guy's leg, imagine you were standing behind a horse and he just upped and kicked you right in the crotch. It's kind of what it felt like. I didn't feel the same after that in the fight. The fight was kind of going my way, and then I got smashed in the cup and kind of went down from there.
But remember, in a proper fight, Bas-Rutten rules, that would be okay.
Since Joe Silva's retiring and the matchmaking job's up for offer, I've got a good opposition for you. How'd you like to fight Joe Duffy? I think that'd be a really good fight.
Who's that, Joe Duffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another guy, man. This whole division is just stacked with guys that are just fantastic and well-rounded. I definitely don't want to fight him over this way, though. I don't want to give him the home field advantage. So somebody like Joe, if that were to get matched up, I'd want that one to be in Vegas. And although that doesn't even seem to be neutral territory anymore, does it? Or New York. I can't go anywhere without the Irish people just coming over and taking over. So,
thanks you.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, this is for all of you. What do you think of Ireland as a nation, and are you excited to fight in here?
What do you think to Ireland as a nation? Are you excited to be here?
Me, yeah. It's my first time in Belfast, in Northern Ireland. I've been to Dublin a couple of times. Yeah, I haven't really, to be honest. Being a fighter, you do travel the world, and it's great. But most times you're either on a fight trip, or you're fighting, or you're helping someone else who's fighting. So I can tell you what most of the hotels look like in these areas, because that's where a lot of times you do spend a lot of times in a hotel, especially as a fighter. You don't really go out the week before the fight. So I've been all around the world, but I just know what the hotels look like. I wish I could get out a little bit more. Doing this sort of stuff is awesome. But a bit of tourist stuff. So if you guys let me know what I need to go see, I'll definitely go see it.
Cool. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. We're going to get to you. We've got 2 more. I'm sorry, mate, we're not going to get to you. Red shirt, you go for your question now, and then we're going to pick yours up. But let's get through them quick because we want to get the weigh-in started.
Well, I just want to say good luck to the Welsh boys fighting tomorrow night. Brett Jones and Jack Marshman. The Irish have had their invasion. Now it's time for the Welsh. And then my second question is how old were you all when you started training MMA and had your first fight?
How old were you?
I started at the age of 20. Basically, I was enlightening my mind with enlightening my mind in college, and I thought the body should follow. Soon I realized they're intertwined. So again, at the age of 20, 21 is when I started. So no one should ever think it's too late. Yeah, just go for it, whatever it is.
Yeah, I started martial arts when I was 12 years old, doing karate and taekwondo, and I'd done that all the way until I was probably about my early 20s, 21, when I probably 22 maybe started doing a little bit of Muay Thai kickboxing, and then I didn't take an amateur MMA fight until I was 26, and then went pro at like 28. So I started way late in the game. Within a couple years, I got signed to the UFC, so it all just kind of happened really fast for me. So yeah, same as he said, it's for anybody in their 20s, even early 30s, you can still get into it if you've got the heart and the skill. It's get in there and get it.
Yeah, I started late in life as well. I obviously, growing up, always played football. I thought I was going to be professional footballer and stuff. That didn't work out for me. I didn't get into fighting until later on. I was like 26 when I first started. Obviously when I first started, I never really saw this as a career. It wasn't a career back then. I didn't have any amateur fights. I went straight into pro because there wasn't an amateur scene around then. You just fought whoever's around your sort of weight. At my first fight, I weighed like 62 kilos, and the guy was 72 kilos. So I was like, oh, whatever, that's what you did back then. But now, the sport's growing massively. There's a very good amateur scene. It's a great place for young athletes now to go on and make a good career out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, we've got to hurry this up. Last one, quick.
Just a very quick question. Some very exciting fighters at the minute outside of UFC. You got Ben Askren, you got Michael Page. I'd just like to know who you guys would like to see in the UFC that's not currently in it.
Me, 100% Michael Page. Ben Askren, for a fighter, he's exciting to watch, but for a general public, he's not that exciting to watch. But Venom Page is awesome. He's, I'm a massive fan of Venom Page. Just his whole style, is awesome.
Paul, Elias, quick.
Yeah,
quick
I
word.
agree. He's one of the scariest guys out there in general. Another person that is Michael Chandler's been killing it for a while, but I think he signed up for he might be a lifer over in Bellator. So I don't know, but I'm going to shout out one of my teammates who's 5-0 back home, Sean Brady. I don't know if he's going to end up watching this, but that kid is for sure destined to be in the UFC. That's just my own personal opinion.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, mine would be the person that you already said, Ben Askren. He's a great wrestler, and he hasn't been able to kind of show it in the way he could.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your time. We're going to be back up in 5 or 10 minutes. Sorry, mate, that's all the time we've got. Sorry, I know you're disappointed. We're going to be back in with the weigh-ins in sort of 5 or 10 minutes. I do know that there are a couple of tickets on stage, though. So has anybody not got tickets? Man with the scarf's not got tickets. Tickets? You got some? Oh, look at this.
Before I get crucified, I got my tickets outside. So
Who hasn't got? We got a man down there not got tickets. Who do you want to give them to?
Come on up. Come here. Can he come up here?
I
real
want to see
quick?
the person with the best beard. We're beard game strong.
I need you to do something
close,
real quick.
You're close.
Come on up here.
You're very
All right, guys.
close. Rough House is very close. It's close.
This guy.
Oh, beard.
Okay, let's go.
Beard. Winner, chicken dinner. Beard game
So
strong.
he's going to do his best Conor McGregor walk all the way across the stage and then back. And as you come back, you get your tickets.
No, your beard.
There we go, all the way across.
Oh, that's wicked. That wins.
That's pretty
All
good.
right,
Keep it going.
guys. Make a round of applause to these guys. Let's get off the stage and get these
Did we
weigh-ins
get 'em?
started. Stay in your seats. We'll be with you in a second. Thank you, guys.
There you go, brother.